What's up, everybody? This is sociologist Sandy here to help you make life better. Okay, I'm not sure if this is going to be a good recording or not because it keeps saying that the signal is weak. Go figure. But anyway, as you can probably tell, I'm at the local Walmart getting a couple things done from the car. But anyway, I think it's working. So I got 4 tests today. I took actually 2. I aced the first one. I really did. Hi, Leland. I really did ace the second one too, but I missed a couple of questions, and so I get to retake it once. And so it happens to be my problem solving and critical thinking class. And actually, I really do love this class because, y'all, it's cold outside, so that's why I'm all bundled up. It's like 20 degrees, and it's gonna even get colder. And for us down here, I'm just gonna roll my eyes at this cold weather. But I'd rather it be like cold, snowing, ice, and all of that instead of 100 degrees outside, because that heat just wears me slick. But anyway. So I'm just going to show y'all that critical thinking is important, and I really want to help to teach our kids and our village kids especially how important it is to think critically, which is really thinking beyond what you've always learned or what you've been taught or how you've been raised. Like whether it was good or bad, whether, it sounds good or sounds right, you have to really kind of be aware to think past all of that in order to become a stronger critical thinker. All right. Hey, James, what's happening? So I'm going to read y'all a little bit of this because I took my test. Even though I got an A, I missed up like a couple of questions. And so I'm going back and I'm rereading this whole chapter because I want to take I can take the test one more time and I want to get 100%. Okay, so this next part that I'm going to read you, I'm only going to read a little bit. But it's like really cool. I'm loving being in school, learning different stuff. Like everything is more important this time around. So it starts out, learn both intellectually and emotionally. We spend most of our time thinking about what we personally want or value. Our emotional life keeps us focused on the extent to which we are successfully achieving our personal values. The subjects we take in college contribute to our educational growth only insofar as we are able to relate what we are studying to our personal lives. If we are to value literature personally, for example, and hence be motivated to read it for more than the grade we will receive, we must discover the relevance of literary insights to our life. Man, that is so true. When we see connections, hey Octavia, what's up, girl? I'm in critical thinking class. I just took my test. I missed a couple. Even though I got an A, I'm going back and make sure that I get those right because I can take the test one more time. So when we see connections between the issues and problems the characters in stories face and the issues and problems that we face ourselves, literature comes alive to us. The characters we read about live in our minds. We identify with them. We puzzle with them, suffer with them, triumph with them. That is some good stuff. Okay, when the logic of academic content makes intellectual sense in a dimension of our life, we value it. We are motivated to learn more. So we have to really connect to the information that we're learning, and we have to connect in order for us not to be frustrated with it. So one class that I really did struggle with last semester was my math course. And it was called, like advanced algebra. So the math class was called Mathematics for Business and Social Sciences. And it was a lot of really advanced algebra. I was like, what is this? And so I haven't done algebra though. You know what? 25, 30 years? Like a long time ago, right? So, I, even though I put in like a lot of time, I was always at the math lab, always putting in the extra time, it still was pretty difficult for me. And so I didn't critically think about why it was tough. But I also thought about when I was in high school, and even when I was in undergraduate school, I felt like math was really tough. And then because it was tough for me, it became my least favorite subject. And then back then, if I would have realized this, I probably could have changed my thinking about it, and maybe I would have done better at it, and it wouldn't have been so hard. So this is what this is talking about. So I'm going to continue to read for y'all. Let's see. So we have to seek out connections between the academic content we are studying and our emotions and our values, because if we connect them together, then we can value it more. Only you can build or create motivation in your life. If learning becomes sheer drudgery and you don't see value in it, you will put it off to the last minute and look for shortcuts, such as cramming, that typically substitutes short-term memorization for long-term internalization. Oh, that's good stuff. The thinking then guides your study habits. Turn the page. Hey, Mildred. Hi, Mildred. Molly, that's my auntie. Hi, Shug. Hey, Renelle. Okay, so auntie. So I got four tests today, and I took the first one. I aced it. Took the second one. I aced it again, but I missed a couple. So we can take it twice. I'm gonna take it one more time. So I'm going back and reading. I'm rereading this whole chapter about critical thinking. I'm in Walmart getting oil change and all that kind of stuff. And it's real cold outside, so that's why I'm all bundled up. Hey, Mildred, you making some cakes today, girl? Okay. So, the thinking that then guides your study habits is, if I can get by through cramming, why should I work hard to internalize this worthless stuff? That's kind of how that's how I looked at classes, especially when I was younger in high school and stuff. Oh, somebody should have told me this stuff way back then. But that's why it's important for me to teach the village kids. I've got nieces, I got nephews, I got god babies, I got baby. Like, they need to know this right here, right now. So your life, although still emotionally significant to you, becomes intellectually barren and intellectual drudgery. Your classes will inevitably be boring. If you look at them like they're boring, then they are going to be boring to you. You have to switch your mindset and think, why am I thinking that this stuff that I'm learning is boring? Okay, man, village kids, wherever y'all at, look here. We're going to have a meeting about critical thinking, and I'm going to start teaching y'all and training you guys why critical thinking is important. Okay. So, I'm going to continue. On the one hand, you live with emotions. On the one hand, you live within emotions. You don't intellectually analyze. And on the other hand, your intellectual life becomes an alienated set of rituals. You take notes that mean little to you. You cram for exams that provide you with no insights. And you crank out papers that are mainly a patchwork of others' thoughts. Ooh. One key to integrating intellectual and emotional learning is recognizing that every academic discipline represents a powerful mode of thinking that can contribute to your development as a thinker. Until you discover this insight by actually working your way into the thinking of one or more disciplines, you are unlikely to be motivated strongly by it. For example, until you experience the power of historical thinking, you will not value it, and you will have little motivation to learn it. This is the vicious circle that, in general, prevents the uneducated from becoming educated. When we are uneducated, we do not value education, and we will not put the time, energy, and work into the deep learning that alone educates us. Hey there, Craig. Hey, Madeline. Hi, Timely Tees. It is your challenge to overcome this dilemma. Will you be able to value the work of learning sufficiently to discover the power of the disciplines to which college classes expose you? Or will you, like many students before you, simply become a survivor? Oh my God, y'all. That's so good because I feel like I barely survived that math class. Oh my God. Okay. In some sense, all knowledge is personal because it would not exist without people to possess it. In the long run, we acquire only the knowledge we value. We internalize only those modes of thinking that seem essential to what we want and what we think is important. See, that's the kind of stuff we want to internalize and really think about. Just the stuff that's important to us. That's the stuff that makes us feel good. That's the stuff that makes us happy. It is up to each one of us to decide when, where, and how we learn. Yes. The more emotionally powerful connections you can make between what you study and what you value in life, the easier you will find learning to be. Oh my God. That thing is packed with 100,000 little light bulbs. Okay. Seek out the most basic concepts in the disciplines you study. Express those concepts in the most non-technical manner you can. Relate those concepts to the most fundamental goals in the discipline. Relate those goals to your goals. The tools of this book can make possible the transition to higher order thinking and learning. You, however, must summon the energy and the emotional reserves to do the intellectual work required. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you got to think for yourself. Okay, select connecting course content to what is important to you. Okay, let me see what this next part is about, y'all. Oh, I'm so glad. Hey, Dennis. Hi, Craig. Let's see. Oh, that was it. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I just reread chapter 3. And I'm going to take my test again because I want to get a 100%. I don't want to just get the A. I want to get all the answers right because I have a responsibility as a sociologist, as a mother, as a wife, as a village adult, as a mentor, as a coach, as a woman of God, as someone with high standards, as a strong woman in my family. I have a responsibility to make sure I'm not just striving for high, I'm striving for the highest. Okay? And that's the way we're training the kids in the village. If you haven't heard about them, you need to make sure that your kids are connected to the Village Kids. They just debuted their platform. You can find them on Twitter and on IG. They're not on Facebook. Because these kids these days, they don't really do Facebook. That's for us old school folk. Yeah, not like me. But yeah, make sure they're connected. Village Kids is VILLAGE. Village and then Kids is spelled KIDDZZ. Double D, double Z, double D, double Z. All right, so I think I'm ready to take my critical thinking test again because I want to get 100% of the answers correct. Like 95% of them is cool, but I want to do better than cool. I want it to be the best of the best, and I want to know everything. Everything, yes. All right, so I'll come back a little later. I got a total of 4 today, so I got a lot of work to do, and I'm getting through it. All right, so I will see you soon. Make sure you stay tuned. Bye.